Hey, good morning, class, and welcome back. Welcome to I believe this is our fourth week now of introductory psychology. I can't believe we're already at the halfway point. It's moving along fast. I hope you all are having a wonderful weekend. The weather is a little gloomy, but pretty nice temperatures, surprisingly, for a November. I managed to get out to the OU TCU game last night. Awesome game. Glad OU was able to win, but it was incredible weather for a November night football game. I was pretty pleasantly surprised by that. So good day yesterday for football in our state. OSU won a really close game to Iowa State, and OU won yesterday over TCU. So I'm not saying another rematch, OSU rematch in the Big 12 title game. It's a possibility. It'd be a lot of fun if that were the case. I think it's so cool when in our state when both teams are doing good, and I know somebody's got to win that game, obviously, if they were to play again. But it's just cool seeing our state kind of be on top like that. So, anyways, hope you're enjoying your weekend. This week we got a lot going on, so let's jump into it. Of course, response paper 1 is due tomorrow night at 11:59 p.m. I think about maybe half the classes turned in the response paper so far. That's great. I will continue to grade those today, tomorrow, and it'll probably take me a little bit in the next week to finish grading those. But please turn those in by tomorrow evening in order to earn full credit. Email me if you have any questions between now and then. If you're just now kind of starting on it, if you're confused last minute, shoot me an email. I'll try to answer. This week, though, after you finish your response paper, be sure you're going to jump right back into your textbook and be reading chapter 7 on thinking, language, and intelligence. Afterwards, you'll be able to define what thinking is and explain how it's used for problem solving and decision making. You'll explain the nature of language, the development of language. Those of you who have children, I think you'll find this very fascinating, or if you have younger siblings as well, you got to watch grow up. The development of language is a really interesting, fascinating topic. So we'll switch gears and talk about intelligence, different theories about intelligence, what intelligence is. Is it multidimensional or singular dimensional? We'll look at the methods of measuring intelligence and some controversy behind that, and also discuss the role of nature and nurture in intelligence. So make sure to read chapter 7. Then afterwards you will read chapter 8, which is on motivation and emotion. It's funny you're reading this chapter. I'm actually taking a full graduate school course right now on motivation and emotion, so some of this stuff is like right up my alley right now. I'm thinking a lot about these ideas too. So for this chapter, you'll be defining different aspects of motivation, including needs or drives and incentives. These are kind of the older motivational theories. We're looking at some more common motivational theories that you might be familiar with, like Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Maybe you might have heard of that one before. We'll talk about some of the most powerful things that motivate human beings, hunger and sex, 2 very powerful motivators. Talk about achievement motivation, how we express emotions, and then some theories about emotional response. So you're covering a lot of ground here this week. Intelligence, language, motivation, emotion. I mean, these are huge topics in psychology, and we're kind of cramming them down into 2 chapters. So I apologize if you're motivated to learn more about these topics. Definitely pursue maybe some further psychology courses, because I think these are some of the most interesting topics in psychology. So make sure you read chapters 7 and 8 because we do have a discussion post on the topic of motivation that's due this coming Friday. I've posted this morning, so please take a look at that. I think you'll enjoy the topic. It's a topic, I think it's about what motivates you, so it should be your personal, what personally motivates you. I think that's interesting to think about. And I've also posted our second exam. Our second exam is up as of now. It covers chapters 5, 6, 7, and 8. It's 50 questions. Like our last exam, it's multiple choice application of the content. Very, very similar to the last exam. But this time I'm actually going to, since we're running up on Thanksgiving break, I'm actually going to leave the exam open a couple more days longer than I normally would. So you'll have the exam open until the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, excuse me. So you'll have a couple more days to, because I know we have a lot going on this week, and maybe some of you are kind of busy with getting ready for Thanksgiving. So just know that you have a couple of extra days to take the exam. The exam, again, it's on D2L. 50 multiple choice questions. Please take that, whenever you feel comfortable. After you've read chapters 7 and 8, my recommendation is, if as you're reading these chapters and reviewing previous chapters, write questions down and feel free to send those to me. I am a resource for you guys to use. Feel free to post those on the discussion board as well. Your classmates and I are resources for each other, so feel free to help each other out. And then the last thing, I apologize, I don't mean to confuse you, but the last thing I wanted to mention is that there is an opportunity for extra credit. If you go on to D2L, under the quizzes, there is a extra quiz that has been recently added that says assessment quiz for fall 2017. This is just a really broad quiz that the psychology department is giving out to all of the students in introductory psychology. It's a really brief quiz, but they're looking for as many people to take that quiz to kind of get a feel of where students, the knowledge students are leaving introductory psych with. So what I'm going to do is, this is posted for you all to take. What I will do is, if you help us out in the psych department and take this quiz, I will give you 2 extra credit points for every correct answer you get. So I'm not going to give you extra credit just for taking the quiz, because you could just go on there and guess, and it's not really taking the quiz. But I will, if you go in there and get a few correct, I'll add those points into your grade. So make sure you take that. We'll set a date for that, but please, if you could do that for extra credit, that works. So this week, I know, just a quick recap, a lot due this week. Response paper 1 is due tomorrow night if you haven't turned it in yet. Read chapters 7 and chapters 8, thinking and then motivation. We have a discussion post due Friday. Our exam is up and active until the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. And then finally, extra credit. If you take assessment quiz for fall 2017, I will give you some extra credit, 2 points for every correct answer you get. A lot on our plate this week. If any of this is confusing, feel free to shoot me an email and I'll try to clear this up. If you're studying for the exam and you have questions or concerns, shoot me an email or post on the discussion post, and I'll be happy to clear up that confusion. Other than that, I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday, the rest of your weekend, and I will talk to you all soon and see you next week. Take care. Bye.